Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Chris's Beer Reviews. Today is Friday, January the 31st, and I'm actually going to make this one a short review. I'm going to be firing up the barbecue grill here shortly and get the weekend kicked off. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's introduce tonight's brew of choice. It's going to be coming out of the Sierra Nevada Brewing Company out of Chico, California, and it is their traditional pale ale. I've had this beer several times in the past. It's actually one of my old standbys. It's one of my go-to beers, and I've never done a review on it, so I thought, you know, what the hell, guys, let's go ahead and review it, and maybe see if anybody else has any thoughts on it. So in the comments, if you guys want to leave your thoughts on this particular beer, feel free. And for all my Facebook users and watchers, go ahead and feel free to comment on the video as well. But this one, like I said, it comes out of Sierra Nevada Brewing Company out of Chico, California. It comes in at a 5.6 alcohol by volume. I do not know what the IBUs is on this particular beer, but I'm sure it's kind of in the middle somewhere. It's not the most hopped up beer I've ever had, but it is definitely one of the best session beers that you can purchase. So if you guys see this in stores, pick it up. It's delicious. But let's go ahead and let's open it up, guys. Let's see what it looks like. And this one I was reading on Beer Advocate. It actually tells right on the bottle it's a bottle conditioned beer. Has tons of hop sediment on the bottom, I see. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's pour it up. Let's see what it looks like. And I'm pouring this in a traditional pint glass. Haven't used this glass in a while, so I thought, you know, I'll go ahead and give it a try. I've used my tulip glass most of the time here lately, so I thought, you know, I'll break out the pint glass and try this beer out. I've actually usually when I pick up the pale ale, I usually drink it straight out of the bottle. But this is the first time I've ever actually poured this beer, and it pours kind of a pretty clear, actually. A lot of carbonation bubbles coming up from the bottom, but it pours kind of a very minute cloudiness of a kind of a golden amber color, but a lighter amber, not a darker amber like the Torpedo. This is actually a little bit lighter, about a good 1.5 finger head, kind of a light white color head, very carbonated. Just a great looking beer, guys. You can't go wrong with this one. I mean, it looks beautiful in this glass. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's put a nose on it and see what it smells like. So yeah, I'm getting citrus right up front on this one. A little bit of malt sweetness, but it's a very citrusy beer. They use, I do not know what the malts are, but they do use whole cone Cascade hops. It says that it's brewed with the finest malted barley, whole cone hops, which it is Cascade hops, because that's where you get the citrus smell from. But they use the finest brewer's yeast and pure water. Said each bottle is conditioned naturally, creating a more unique and flavorful ale. And that's a very thorough, true description of this beer. So anyway, let's go ahead, let's taste this thing. Let's see what it tastes like. I mean, it's delicious. I mean, if you want a good, crisp, mild ale, but not too mild, it's perfect. A perfect mixture of everything. If you want a good session beer, one that you can sit and drink all night, this is one, guys. It's not too strong in alcohol content. The bitterness is not very overpowering at all. As a matter of fact, the hops, with it being used mostly all Cascade, it's a very tart, yet sweet citrus characteristic with this particular hops. You know, I've had beers before that's used Cascade mixed with like Chinook or Citra hops. Citra hops are similar to Cascade. They're a little more rare, but they're very similar to Cascade, but they're a little more stronger than a Cascade hop is. Um, but I've had beers that uses a mixture of different hop varieties, but never one that I can think of off top. I'm sure I have, but none as good as the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. So yeah, with it using the Cascade hops, it gives it a more sweeter, an earthy pine and very high citrus characteristic. So very delicious. Uh, I would say a to light medium body beer, not a very heavy body beer, but not too light. Yet it's very crisp, very refreshing. One that you could drink. This would be a great summertime beer. As my friend William calls it, a lawnmower beer. One that you could drink as you're mowing your lawn. So great beer. I'm not seeing the bottle conditioned characteristic that's probably in the red. I've got just a little bit left. I'm sure it's in the bottom. It's gathered in the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and pour a little bit more. See if I'm seeing any of the particles. Okay, yeah. Now I'm seeing some yeast and hot particles all in this beer floating around. Delicious. A lot of people find that appalling. A lot of your typical normal, just everyday beer drinkers, I've showed them that before. You know, friends that are very big into InBev style beers, your Bud Light guys, your Miller Lite guys, they see that and they're like, dude, that's gross. I mean, why would you want sediment floating around? It's like almost like someone spit something in it. I'm like, dude, that's the yeast, that's the hops. Great stuff. It actually gives it a better flavor. So anyway, guys, one last chug of that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go fire this grill up, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. Drink safe and responsible. Cheers.
Say me, Mr. Officer, what is it that you want from me? I'm just another brick in this fascist regime society. I stand naked and abused.